Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, April 13th, 2015 on a Monday. Traders, we're coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches and beautiful blue waters. What a wonderful day. And by the way, happy birthday to the Kingdom of Thailand. We are in our festival season of Songkran, which is a water festival. YouTube it. It's pretty funny stuff. Fortunately, I'm not into it, and I don't play in the water, so I'll be in my office all day trading Forex. Traders, always remember that FXCL Excellence in Trading is our sponsor for this market opening preview series. All right, traders, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series. Every single trading day before the London Open, take a look at 6 currency pairs and do an analysis and hopefully give you a decent trade plan. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a great 27-year career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand, and well, guess what? I'm still here. And I love Thailand, and I love trading the markets. This time zone is absolutely awesome living in Asia. I basically can trade all 3 trading sessions, Asia, London, and New York, and still get a good night's rest. All right, traders, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. And this is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks, be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most of all, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Let's talk about news and commentary. We're going to start off a little backwards today. We're going to talk about commentary. First of all, it's Monday. We had some great moves on Friday, and we have only one piece of data that has already been released, and that was released about 15 minutes ago at the top of the hour, and that was China's trade balance. So just let me make sure I'm correct on that. Yes, that was China's trade balance, and it was apparently it's not telling me if it was good or bad, but the move has already moved, and the Aussie dollar has dropped over 50 pips already in one candle on the hourly chart. So that news is out, and that's about it as far as our data goes for today. Data today is very, very weak. I'm just rechecking to make sure. Yep, data is really weak. So about what happened, commentary. So what are we going to do today? Today is, my friends, put on your scalping hats, look for 10, 12 pips, 15 pips, get out. If you got to do it 2 or 3 times, that's fine. But I would not be in trades long term today. There's nothing to move this market. In fact, there's a good chance the volatility is just going to stay extremely, extremely slow. The other suggestion would be, definitely don't trade before the London Open, and just be really careful. So that is my commentary. Let's talk about some data that came out. Here's the indices. The Dow 30 closed up 0.55%. The S&P 500 closed up 0.52%. The NASDAQ closed up 0.43%, with the Russell 2000 up 0.45%. Moving over to the Eurozone, the DAX closed up 1.71%. The FTSE 100 closed up 1.06%. And the CAC 40 closed up 0.60%. And the Eurostoxx 50 closed up 0.92%. So let's head on over to Asia. The Nikkei 225 is just barely in the red at negative 0.08%. The S&P ASX 200 is in the green at 0.33%. The Shanghai is positive 0.73%. And the Hang Seng is positive at 0.34%. And ending with the Kospi in the green at 0.16%. Like I said, all these countries are currently trading. So that's what's going on as far as news and commentary. I'd be very cautious today in your trading. That would be my biggest advice to you. As we look at the charts, we have some trade setups. He had some nice moves on Friday. Um, so looked really well. So let's take a look at today. And let's head on over to our 60-minute Forex charts. And as usual, we're going to start with the euro dollar. All right, so you can see the period separators on my chart. So each period is 24 candles. And you can see on Friday that nice move to the downside. That was over 130 pip move to the downside on the euro on Friday. Wow. You know, this euro on a 4-week average is trading 176 pips a day on a 4-week average. Unbelievable. I remember, 7 months ago, we were talking that this thing was only moving 60 pips a day. This has really just bombarded to the downside ever since they decided to do quantitative easing, which we expected. So what are we going to do today? We just want to pull back. We'd love for this to pull back to this 1.0645 area at 38.2 fib. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, to be honest with you. If I got a bearish candlestick formation right here, and it was the London Open, I'd probably enter this trade. I have a scalping strategy where I only go for 10 pips. And I would probably just try to grab 10 pips. And what I do is I up my lot size. And if I go negative 5 pips, I just get out. So it's a really quick scalping strategy. And, it's a strategy you use like today on a Monday. Look at these Bollinger Bands, how they're curled, looking at each other. No volatility in the market. As we would expect, we're in Asia, folks, so it's pretty quiet. All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, another one that's really given us some really nice moves last week. If you take a look at our period separators and how this has just moved, fibbed, and just continued to the downside. And again, I'd like to see this bounce back up to the 618 at 1.4668. Again, do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. If we can get to the 50% level at 1.4655, I'd be more than happy to take that to the downside to 1.4594, and I'd be very happy with that. That's almost a 60 pip trade right there. So no problems with that. I'd be very happy with that, in fact. That'd be a very nice little trade. But none of these trades we would even think about until London Open. Take a look at these Bollinger Bands. Absolutely curled in and closed. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Now, this Aussie slide I took, and would you believe it, like 10 minutes later, maybe even less than that, this China data came out, and my friends, it's all the way down to the take profit zone already. The big point of that is that it's outside the Bollinger Band. And if you didn't know this, you'll know it now, that anytime price comes outside the Bollinger Band, it always comes back to the Bollinger Band. So by London Open, we're going to be back to where we started from. And we'll be back at that trend line. Unless for some unknown reason it continues to the downside. But I do expect this to just continue to the downside. But it already has moved to the take profit area. So we're just waiting for this pullback and this retrace from this data that has come out, which is only 23 minutes old. All right, so we're bearish in the Aussie. Where we're going to get in, not quite sure, because this data has really put a twist in the operation, and I already had the slides made, and so it is what it is. All right, here we go. Euro Aussie, another one, nice move. You looked at this slide on Friday, and you said, wow, looks like it didn't do anything. Well, folks, that was a 60 pip move on Friday. Not an easy trade. This was one of these trades where you put it on, you put your stop on, and walk away, because this was really hard to watch, and it took you into the New York afternoon before you really made some nice profits if you weren't in the scalping mode. I'd like to see this come back up to this 23.6 fib, and that's at 1.3900 would be the area where I would be looking to get in and take this to the downside. I know it's above the 23.6. If the 23.6 gives me a bearish candlestick formation, folks, you know what? I'll get in it, and that's at 1.3887. I'll be more than happy to jump in the trade, take it all the way down to the 1.3799 area, and we'll just take that down. That's just fine with me. That's a nice bunch of pips, and that'll make me very happy on a Monday. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. Euro yen's moving very nicely, has been moving very nicely. All these pairs, these Bollinger Bands, are absolutely horrible, so there's no trades till London Open. I really can't emphasize that enough. No trades till London Open. So, yeah, what do we have here? We would like to see this come to this 23.6 fib. Basically, I'd like to see it go above it to 127.95, and we can drop this. If it comes up to the 23.6, you know what? Gives me a bearish candlestick. I'll take it down. Grab my 30 pips or my 20 pips, and I'll get out. I'm really have my scalp hat on, so my scalping strategy is on my live platform, and I do not plan on doing anything else except doing 10 pip trades for the day, and I just need 3 or 4 good ones, 3 or 4 winners, and I'll be very happy. My day will be finished, and hopefully that'll be accomplished at the London Open. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand. New Zealand, yes, this also has dropped below this trend line, another commodity pair. To the snooze, it's already dropped past the arrow for our entry, not too much past that. However, it is outside that Bollinger Band, and it's going to come back to it. So have no fear. Hopefully this will retrace right back up by the London Open, and we'll be fine. It's nowhere close to a take profit of 0.7440, and I don't expect us to get to our take profit area today. I think it's going to take 2 days for us to get down to that 7440 area. We do have one area left of the chart that I'd be a little bit concerned about, and that's at 74, like 80, 85. I'd be a little concerned about that. We have some junk left of the chart, and that looks like some support there, so we might get a bounce at that level. So just keep an eye on that. Not quite a lot to talk about today, traders, on a Monday. It's pretty slow and easy going, so we'll just see how the day works out. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me today for the market opening preview on a Monday. Traders, you can always visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, will catch you for the next stage of session. Take care, and bye-bye.